really quickly. So this is going to be the any person run. I have run other categories at this event before, but now I decided to just go for it. Do the maximum speed we can achieve on this game, or at least try to. So, are you guys ready? This is Aladdin. Actually, Disney's Aladdin, that's the real name, but people don't care, and neither do I. We just call this game Aladdin generally. So, first thing, to go fast, you need to get this cape right here. And mash it like crazy, because mashing it will provide you some extra speed. Every time you release the cape, you actually save a frame, basically. You save a couple pixels. Let's try to go over this guy. Okay, I did not screw it up. And that's the end of the first level. Alright, introducing a new, more speed tech in the second level, you want to avoid the slopes going up and use the slopes going down to your advantage, like this one. Here I jumped and did not cape immediately because I want to retain the extra acceleration from the downward slope. Here, same thing. You try to maximize your jump out of a downward slope in order to maximize your speed, and that gives you a speed which is a little bit greater than what you can achieve by mashing, unless you can mash like a TAS, but I cannot. Now here I just took one of those gems in that trampoline, because if you take more than that you lag the game and it's not really worth it. Gems are important, but I will explain that later in the game. Okay, let's not screw this up. We're going to introduce zip lines in this level in just a few seconds from here. Okay, here I release the Y button before taking the zipline, so I can skip having to jump on the first platform. And here's something different. Release the D-pad completely so that you can cape, hold the cape, and reach maximum speed, and keep the speed all the way to the end of the level. That saves like 15 frames or so. It was a pretty nice discovery. It's actually kind of recent, well, like a year ago. Alright, first boss. Okay, yeah, I screwed up the beginning a little bit, but that's fine. Here I'm focusing. Okay, I did not take a hit. It was not a very fast boss, but that's fine. So basically the way that it works is you want to throw an apple to make sure that he stops his animation where he goes really crazy with his sword, because you cannot hit him during that animation. But then with the apple you stop that, and he will go back to his normal state where he will just try to get you with his sword. He does one big swing and you can hit him at that moment, and I try to take advantage of that. So second world, Cave of Wonders. We start with a few damage boosts. Okay, I still made it up somehow, but that was that jump was not high enough. That's okay. Okay, we have 2 hearts, and I'm gonna try to keep them. The rest of this stage is pretty difficult to do fast. This scorpion's going right. Okay, all right. Yeah, there I did not mash the cape before that stalagmite because it's really dangerous. You can if you're really good at the game, but here in the marathon setting, there's a few things I'm not gonna do. Here I do this though. Okay, it was done pretty well. I manipulated Abu. You do not want to go to the end trigger of this level just yet. You want to be a little bit before and wait for Abu, because he catches up with you faster, and he's the limiting factor of that level. Okay, next level, there's a pretty nice trick I'm going to try to perform. So let's not grab anything here. First lock skip, okay, and second one is harder. Let's see if I can do it. Got it, okay. That's always kind of scary. Let's jump above everybody. Let's not die also, because I only have 1 heart. I use all the hearts before to do some crazy skips and stuff. Alright, this run is going pretty well. The mashing is not super on point, but that's fine, that's fine. Infidels! You are allowed to say "whoa" in chat. It's even encouraged actually. Stage 2 clear. Mash start to make sure that you skip this cutscene. But for those cutscenes, just wait until the whole picture has appeared, and then you can hold start simply. You don't need to mash or do anything fancy. Just hold start at the right moment, and you will skip the cutscene at the first possible moment. Alright, so now is a good time for donations, Kappa. Because this is an auto-scroller. This is what we love as speedrunners. I only have one heart, so yeah, it's really easy to die here by trying to be too reckless, so I'm gonna try to still survive. You want to minimize the use of the cape when there is too many sprites on the screen. Like a little bit after, there's gonna be 3 fireballs. Okay, I can go up above those 3. Yeah, like those 3. Yeah, wait for 2 of them to be off the screen, and then only then I jump to get that column of 3 gems. Because if I did it at another time, it would lag the game quite dramatically, and you don't want that. You want gems though, that's something I did not explain yet. Ah, just a little dance. Alright, that's something you have to do when you run this game, otherwise it's not valid. So yeah, gems. You want to take a lot of gems here because, well, this is an auto-scroller, so you don't really lose time by doing so. And gems are important. When you get 100 gems, it does not give you an extra life, because this is not Mario. It actually gives you 1 extra heart, and also it gives you a free health refill, which is very important. We want to take a lot of gems, because what we are aiming at is at the end of the game, we want to reach 6 hearts, and you want to make sure that we take the last 100th gem just before the final fight with Jafar, so that we get a free health refill. And that's useful. It's a pretty good speedrun strategy. Okay, next level is something that you probably hated if you had this game as a kid, and I definitely did. It took me a long time to beat this the first time. For a speedrun, I just place myself close to the right edge of the screen, just dodge stuff, because yeah, you die in 1 hit in this. But apart from that, apart from not dying, I don't think there's anything you can do to speed up this level or avoid lag. You just have to survive, that's it. Pretty nice level, but really difficult as a kid. Okay. Alright, we did it. Next up, World 4, and that's going to be the Genie World, which is arguably the hardest in the speedrun setting. Arguably. But yeah, I think it's the hardest. It's the hardest to do consistently all the tricks. I'm gonna try to see if I can do everything here. It's a really difficult level. You notice I only have 2 apples, and here I used both of them to get apples from this jar. Okay, it worked, that's nice. Next up, a frame perfect jump. Let's see if I can get it. Yes, nice! That's actually frame perfect. I'm pretty happy I got that. Next, Genie pattern. I need to focus. It's not hard. Here. Okay, you can actually go right as you land on that cloud, but the problem is that cloud goes up and down under the weight of Aladdin. So you do not, if you don't jump fast enough, you will jump from too low and you will not be able to skip all the way to the end. So that's why I waited, just to make sure I wouldn't die. It's pretty easy to die like that. However, on a really serious speedrun attempt, I would not do that. I would really go for it, because this speedrun is really optimized. I believe there's no more than 5 and maybe 6 seconds that could be realistically saved compared to the current world record. So that's really not much. So yeah, in a really serious world record attempt, I go for pretty much everything that is known. But here, there's still a few things I don't go for. Okay, this no caping in this first section. It's a vertical level, the only one in the game. So here, just optimize stuff. There's a pretty difficult tongue jump from here. Okay, nice. You can actually not grab that ledge. It's really hard. It's like a series of 2 frame jumps. But yeah, again, it could save almost a full half a second, but it's pretty difficult, so I don't go for it in a marathon run. I'm gonna go for, yeah, just this strategy, and next, see if I can get this jump. Oh, I didn't. So that's we call that a high jump. It's a 64 pixel jump, but unfortunately it's sort of luck based. It depends on your sub-pixel position, and as far as I know, there's no way to make sure you get it. It's like a coin flip. So there I did not get it, but yeah, you get it about half of the time. You can also do the middle ground strategy, which is just do a small jump and grab the ledge immediately, which is also a pretty good idea. Next level is surprising if you know the movie, because I'm pretty sure it's not in the movie. This is the pyramid, because for some reason Aladdin decided to take a vacation here. We don't know why. But it's a really good stage. Well, I like it. I like it actually. I appled this guy to remove a little bit of lag, because otherwise he would have shot an arrow, and yeah, doing that saves about 5 frames of lag. Okay, apple this guy. Okay, the next part of the level is pretty tricky. Here, change the way I hold the controller to apple this bat. That was pretty well done. Okay, there's a really fancy trick in the end that can save up to 6 frames, but I'm not gonna do it. It's not super consistent and I haven't really derusted it. Basically, you can chain jump on several of those Cobra head platforms and get some speed from it, but it's hard to do, it's very precise. Third level, this one is based on cycles. You really want to... Well, the problem with this level is that if you make a mistake, then the whole timing of everything goes wrong, because, well, you don't want to grab handles. Handles suck, because they slow you down dramatically. But there it went pretty well. It was not super fast, but it went well. So yeah, that level was 2 damage boosts on the spikes, to make sure that you can cross the level without having to grab handles. In the game, grabbing a swinging pole or handle slows you down a lot. It's like almost a full second, I think. So you really want to avoid that at all costs. Mythical, the sheet button, for me it's R, so I mash R. And mashing R is not easy. But I'm used to it, so that's how I do it. Je vais t'offrir un monde aux mille et une splendeurs. Dis-moi, princesse, n'as-tu jamais laissé parler ton cœur, ce rêve bleu? C'est un nouveau monde en couleur où personne ne nous dit c'est interdit. Croire encore au bonheur, ce rêve bleu. Je n'y crois pas, c'est merveilleux. Tout est si fabuleux quand dans les cieux nous partageons ce rêve bleu à deux. Ce rêve bleu qui durera, et toi et moi, toute la vie. I'm sorry, I felt like singing, and I only know the lyrics in French. I still haven't learned the English ones. Alright, so I tried to take a lot of gems in that level, because, well, you have all the time in the world to do it, and it's just an auto-scroller. And it's important to have gems, as I said. I want to finish the game with 6 hearts, and make sure that I get the 100th gem, just before Jafar. And I finished with 67 gems, which is okay, but it's still a little bit low. Just a little low. I should be fine, though. There's backups in case I'm really in trouble. Like this one. Usually you don't take one of those 2 gems because they cause lag, but I really want to make sure that I don't end up at 99. That would be stupid. Okay, so this is the Castle of Jafar, of course. So it's the last world in the game. Yeah, ce rêve bleu. It's this blue dream in French. That's how they translated the title. It's actually pretty good, I think. You apple these sword guys. It does not stun them, but they have to parry the apple shot, and that buys me enough time to get by them without them throwing a sword. Because otherwise I would have to dodge the sword, and that would mess me up in mashing the cape. So it's a little bit more optimal to try to do that. Okay, no bad Iago. That's pretty good RNG. Because sometimes that first Iago can drop the skull early, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to take it, or wait somehow. So this level is also really hard to optimize. It's based on cycles, just the same way as 5-3. I pull this sword, guys. Okay, nice. Jump from the slope. Mash. Okay, I didn't get caught up by the fire. Oh, I didn't manage to do this though. I only had 95, so I have to take that last red gem, and that's 100. We did it. It was not a very fast level, but okay. Let's see if we get the RNG. Let's see. No, we don't. Too bad. So here, there's the pattern that you need for a world record run. It occurs about 1/4 of the time, and it's Jafar starting with this. He starts immediately the fight with creating these pot bird creatures. But most of the time you will get the unfortunate pattern where he just goes around and throws his cane. And that wastes 8 seconds. So now, if you want a world record on this game, you need the right pattern. And there's a way to manipulate it, but that implies dying in a previous level to reset RNG. So that's not optimal either, because of course you lose time by dying. Okay, Jafar. That's the last fight of the game. And I'm gonna try some new strats. Well, it's not that new, but it's pretty... Well, it's just a 1 year ago strats. They're pretty outdated. It's to do this. Drop on this egg. 3rd hit. 4th hit. Use the cape. 5. 6. Okay, 6 is pretty hard to get. Ah, that's bad luck. 7. And... time! Ooh, pretty nice time. 16:26. I'm pretty happy about that. That's a good time. So this was an any % run of Aladdin. I hope you enjoyed. This is really one of my favorite speed games. It has a lot of intricacies regarding managing speed. It has mashing. It's a very intense mashing if you want to be good. But honestly, mashing does not matter that much. Like, it probably accounts for 15, maybe 20 seconds tops in the whole time we save in the game. It's not that much. Actually, having good strategies and good routes, even if you mash slowly, you're still gonna have a really good time, I think. The mashing gives you a little bit of an edge, but yeah, it's not that important. So there I showed strats which were discovered like 1 year ago, so it's pretty nice. I managed to do the double log skip in caverns. That was a good snake fight, even though I didn't manage to get the early 7th hit, but that's really hard to get. Okay, that was a good run. I'm pretty happy about that. And thanks everybody for the GGs, I really appreciate. So, I think coming up is Demon's Crest after this, and I asked Vevictus if he wanted to commentate, and he said yes, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Oh, maybe I have messages, let's see, no. So, Vevictus, are you ready? How is this gonna work? Well, if he's not, I can commentate myself, it's fine. Some time, because we are a little bit ahead of schedule. So... I think we just switch to the next one. Oh, yeah, alright. But yeah, I was wondering if Vevictus was ready. I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, next up is gonna be 100% Demon's Crest. No Trigon. I'm afraid that Dark Demon is not in the 100% category. Okay, so for next up it's gonna be Demon's Crest, and I will not be commentating it. We're gonna have Vivictus commentating my run.